Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to have a candid discussion about something that's been on my mind for a while now. Why I stopped buying video games. Now before we dive in, let me make it clear that I absolutely love video games. They've been a huge part of my life for as long as I can remember. But recently I made a conscious decision to stop buying new games. And I want to share why. First off, let's talk about the sheer volume of games being released nowadays. It feels like every week there's a new blockbuster title hitting the shelves or dropping digitally. And while having so many options is great in theory, it can also be overwhelming. Not talking about the free video games like Fortnite and so on, and the loots and everything. So I found myself in a cycle of constantly buying new games without fully enjoying or even finishing the ones that I already owned. My backlog was growing faster than I could keep up with, and it started to feel like a burden rather than a source of enjoyment. Another reason I decided to pump the brakes on buying new games is the impact it was having on my finances. Let's face it, gaming can be an expensive hobby, especially if you're constantly buying new releases at full price. I was doing this like when I was back in the days in 2008 or something like this, but it was not me that was working to pay the bills and to pay the video games. It was cash that I got from family, from things. And now that you're a little bit older and you know the real value of money, it's very different. So I realized that I was spending way more money on games than I probably should have been, and it was time to reassess my priorities. Maybe it's your time too, so I hope this video will help. By cutting back on buying new games, I've been able to allocate those funds towards other areas of my life, whether it's saving for a trip, investing in my future, or simply having a bit more financial flexibility. But perhaps the most significant reason I stopped buying video games is to reclaim my time and focus on the games I already own. And since I've been a gamer, maybe since I was a 5-year old, I think my first video game was Mario Brother or something like this on the Game Boy Color back in the day. I remember still. It was for Christmas. It was amazing. My first time playing a video game. But yeah, but perhaps the most significant reason I stopped buying is to reclaim my time. Okay, so instead of constantly chasing the next big release, I've been diving back into my backlog and rediscovering gems that may have overlooked. And for if you want an example, I just rediscovered Advance Wars on Game Boy Advance, which was amazing and is still amazing 20 something years later. So there's something incredibly satisfying about revisiting a game that you haven't played in years and experiencing it with fresh eyes. Plus, it's a great way to get more value out of the money I've already spent. Because yes, think about it. If a game costs about $60-70 and you play it for 5 hours and that's it, why the fuck did you buy the game in the first place? It costs you $70 for 5 hours of your time. Just rent it or something like this. Don't buy it. Unless you are a billionaire or something. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying you should never buy another video game again. Gaming is all about finding what works best for you and your lifestyle. But for me, taking a step back from the constant cycle of consumption has been incredibly freeing. So what about you? Have you ever thought about cutting back on buying video games? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Until next time, happy gaming! and don't forget to subscribe on Tech and Bags, your favorite channel. Thank you. Bye bye.